Two accomplished journalists, two unmistakable, unmistakably brilliant writers. Rafi Berg, the BBC's Middle East online editor, sues Owen Jones for libel over a 9,000-word investigation alleging that the BBC coverage of Gaza was systematically tilted towards Israeli narratives, with Berg cast as the central architect. Jones says he'll fight the claim. The case isn't about whether either man has convictions, it's about where evidence ends and defamation begins. Jones' December 2024 piece for Drop Site drew on 13 current and former BBC staff. They alleged Berg reshaped headlines, copy and image choice to foreground the Israeli military perspective and strip away Palestinian humanity. The BBC, they said, was in an internal revolt over Gaza coverage. Berg denies it. Whatever the priors, those are serious testable claims about a named editor's conduct in a specific newsroom. Court filings say the article gravely damaged Berg's professional reputation and triggered abuse, including death threats. Police inquiries and workplace security measures followed. Berg seeks damages and takedowns. Jones says he strongly disagrees with the claim and will defend his reporting. On the face of the filings, the serious harm limb is live, which matters under UK law. Since the Defamation Act 2013, 4 defences loom. Truth. Can Jones prove the key imputations are substantially true? That means showing a pattern of editorial acts amounting to institutional skew, not just one or two disputed lines. Honest opinion. Possible for commentary, but much of the piece reads as factual allegation about conduct. Publication on a matter of public interest, the Reynolds successor, he'll argue rigorous reporting on a public institution. The court will scrutinise method, sourcing, balance and whether he put allegations fairly. And privilege doesn't apply here. The claimant must show serious harm to reputation, which the filings and the aftermath attempt to evidence. None of this predetermines the outcome, but it sets the battlefield. Accusations against the BBC run in opposite directions. A June 2025 Centre for Media Monitoring study of 35,000 plus items argued the BBC output systematically disadvantaged Palestinians, measuring term choice, airtime and framing asymmetries. Conversely, a whistleblower memo about BBC Arabic alleged it minimised Israeli suffering to portray Israel as the aggressor. In short, one corporation, two radically different diagnoses. That tells you the terrain is contested and politicised, and it will shape how a court views public interest and the reasonableness of Jones's reporting. Critics point to Berg's 2020 book Red Sea Spies, about a Mossad exfiltration operation and a public talk where he expressed pride in Mossad's fantastic operations, which, it seems to me, simply objectively is quite true. Mossad is extraordinarily inventive. It's the James Bond of the espionage services. It fuels a perception problem, of course, but perception isn't proof of biased edits inside the BBC, and the court will care far more about verifiable newsroom decisions than a 4-year-old quote or a bookshelf selfie. Jones is a marketing journalist. That isn't disqualifying. UK courts have upheld robust investigative work when reasonably reported, but anonymous sources carry forensic risks. A judge will ask where the sources, where are the sources, and were the sources sufficiently numerous, independent and corroborated? Did he present Berg's denial fully and fairly? Did he supply enough detail for readers and now the court to assess? Those are the crux questions for truth and public interest defences. Berg must show that the article conveyed defamatory meanings of fact about his conduct, not mere value judgments, and that those meanings caused serious harm. He will likely produce internal email trails, story audits and witness evidence showing neutral or balanced edits, plus the security blowback to evidence harm. Jones must lift his claims from atmosphere to audit trail. Concrete headline charges, excisions, slanting instructions, the clear evidence that the headlines were changed, repeat patterns across multiple desks, and corroboration beyond anonymous testimony. If you can show that, Truth or public interest may carry him. If he can't, honest opinion may be too narrow to catch the core thrust in a defence. Whatever the verdict, this case exposes the BBC's central strain: how a tax-funded broadcaster arbitrates language in a mass casualty conflict. Recent rulings and reviews, for instance on a Gaza documentary's accuracy disclosure and Ofcom's sanction on non-disclosure of a narrator's family role, show compliance pressure rising from multiple directions. Newsrooms will respond by codifying headline rules, disclosure norms, and escalations for contested terms. You can rate both men as talented and partial. That's not the test in court. The question is narrower and much harder. Did Jones make provably false reputation-wrecking statements of fact about a named editor, or did he reasonably publish a well-evidenced investigation on a matter of high public interest? The answer will turn on documents, not vibes. And however this ends, the BBC must stop letting these arguments leak out as culture war theatre and start showing it's working in full view of the audience that pays for it.